Okay, welcome everybody to the Redevelopment Commission meeting for December 18th. We'll do the pledge first. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So we don't have any minutes. Tina's out with a sick relative, so she didn't get those finished, but she said she'd get them to us as soon as she could. So we don't need to approve there. Old business, there is, the first thing is, we had a discussion last month on whether or not we were going to continue with Baker Tilly or maybe engage Reedy or somebody else for our municipal advisors for next year. I don't know that we have to decide that today, but if you guys know who you want to use, we could. So if anybody has any input on that.
Well, do we have a price from everyone? What they're going to charge?
Well, Baker Tilly is piecemeal as we need. I haven't talked to Reedy, so I don't know. Somebody said that they might give us a package price, but I don't know that to be true.
Well, I think it'd be best to reach out to them and see what they say before we make any decisions. What do you think?
If the price is similar, I'd like to see Reedy, because we already use him on council, which would make it easier to cross-reference things, but only if the cost comparison's, compatible. If it's crazy, no.
Dave, do you want to, will you be talking to Reedy, or I can reach out to him, or would you rather?
I think it'd be best if you did. I can, but it'd be
No, I don't
better
mind
if you
doing
did it.
A certain person there that you feel like we need to talk to?
Well, their TIF group is out of Indy, so but you could reach out to. I can send you the contact for Trevor or any of them.
Yeah,
over
it's a
there to
Trevor
you.
probably gives you any.
Yeah.
He helps us a lot, so.
Okay. I'll do that and have something by next meeting. If I get something before then, I'll send it out to everybody with an email. You're taking notes, right? Since our secretary's not here.
You know what Baker Tilly's, is it, you said piecemeal, is just so much an hour? Is it based on which person we talk to?
I think so.
Okay.
And I think it based a lot on what specific thing they're doing too.
Okay.
But I think it's an hourly rate. And I don't know, I don't know what
The year-end thing, that's the only cost usually, most of the time.
Okay. Well, I'll find out. Okay, there's an invoice we need to approve for Strand. So far, they've logged $7,500 in services. We've paid them $2,400, and we have an outstanding invoice for $5,100 we still need to pay.
This was that study, wasn't it?
It is a
Oh,
study.
I see, yeah.
So where are they at?
We're supposed to be here.
Okay.
I talked to her yesterday.
One of the things that I had asked previously was that I didn't want us to get into a situation where we were adding to this cost with additional things. Is that something that they were going to bring to the table, or, because I asked specifically that, hey, were we going to look at it and say we are going to need to do an additional portion of this study? What were they going to bring to the table today, I guess?
I guess we can answer that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if they were going to bring anything today. The purpose of them coming today was they had some questions for us on potential land use and areas of development and things like that,
Okay.
question-wise. And I wasn't, I think Mike was the one that had the initial discussion with them, so I can't really answer that.
But we do believe $60,000 is the inclusive price, correct?
Correct. She did confirm that was the inclusive price, and we've incurred $7,500 of that so far.
I'll make a motion to approve the.
Part of this was, or this happened before I came, what was the access study for what? What was they studying? Just bring me up to speed, I'm sorry.
So they were doing a traffic study in the area of the bypass out by Casey's.
Okay.
They were also doing maybe a land use study to see what areas out there of potential development there were.
Okay.
There may have been other things, but that's the only thing I know about.
Well, I'll make a motion to approve the invoice.
Okay, you have a motion and a second? You seconded it, right, Gene?
No,
I'm sorry.
no.
Okay, we have a motion on the table.
And that's for the 5,100?
Correct.
Yeah, okay, I'll go ahead and second then up to that, at the amount, yeah.
So a second by Gene. Any further discussion? Okay, all those in favor? Any opposed? Okay, unanimous. Excuse me. So we'll skip C because they're supposed to be here. Hopefully they'll show up here every time. Is there any new business? I didn't have anything, but I'm going to leave it open in case somebody had something.
I do have something, but I really wanted them to be here.
Do we have a contact number to see if they're in the mood or anything?
I didn't call them.
Just call that one on top.
I got a telephone number up top.
Yeah, would that get us an answer, say you coming or not?
Thought they were out of New Albany.
You call them, Travis? You call them?
Yeah, I'll call them. I got it.
If I say we forgot. We thought it was next Thursday.
Well, I'm pretty sure she knew when it was, but
I didn't know the commissioners was meeting today.
hi, this is Travis Shepard. I was wondering if I could speak to Andrea Bland, please. Hey, how are you? Good. Are you en route?
If you know their office.
Okay. Okay, sounds great. Thank you. She said about 5 minutes they'll be here.
What are you getting me for Christmas? That's what I want to know.
Same thing I got you
Same I got you last year.
Two of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
His wife told me she wasn't getting him anything because he didn't use the gift she got him last year, a grave space.
That's
So I didn't buy my husband nothing.
Yep. I haven't used it yet.
might be a good marketing ploy, Gene.
Hey, what? Open up a graveyard. I think there's big money in there.
It's a lot of expense to get going.
Bonding,
Do what?
bonding or what?
Well, you got to, of course, get your property, and you have to go through zoning. Then you have to get an environmental impact study to make sure you're not displacing the frog, okay?
Yeah.
Then you have to have a board of directors and have it surveyed and plotted off, and then bonded $100,000.
That's
And,
it.
and you can't bond it, it's 100 cash. You can't bond 100. It's 100,000 in cash for perpetual care up front.
I need a partner.
I got the ground, I was gonna do it, but they won't let me bond that money. I thought, screw that, that's too much money. With the cremation rate high as it is, and it's not feasible to do it anymore.
So is, I know, for cut off, so cremation rate is quite a bit higher now than what's?
No, the burial rate's still higher, but the cremation rates continue to climb.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know if it.
Yeah, for years in Indiana, it was 2 or 3%. We're at 40%. You get like Bloomington, they're like at 70% cremation. But yeah, we're 40%.
When she did this, I thought she was gonna say 6, 7.
That's But you know, see, at one time you could bond that perpetual care money, but the state changed that and said, no, you want 100,000 in an account, you cannot touch interest. Yeah, and that's so, there's always money to mow it and maintain it.
That would be.
How much does it cost?
The survey down the road.
How much does it pay?
Is there-
Yeah.
Definitely go ahead.
Oh, at church.
You get one
Now
tax.
listen, it don't change.
And the cost of all those studies leading up to it,
That's how we turn it.
what would it cost to have the EPA come in and do it, environmental impact?
If you had two, and you wanted to build your house,
So what's the cost involved in those things?
Really easy.
really it doesn't.
Would be the same thing.
You stand at the words and say,
Yeah.
Oh,
I guess the only way.
I would presume that zoning would have to be institutional, like a funeral home probably, would be my guess. And it's not costly.
What it does is.
Yeah, I got the ground, I was gonna
be a
do it,
permanent
but
thing where we just do it all the time, just if we need something.
it just doesn't pencil out. It would take so many years to recoup the investment. I've never seen it in my lifetime. My kids mine.
is that both services, one service?
Combine them,
How does that?
It's usually both services, but you can say, I can do this service, or I can do this service. Because you probably won't want to get there,
Outbuilding.
you know what I mean, all day. Or I might say, ask them, would you be interested in this?
How you get around that is you buy
So I do know
a
that.
farm that's got a
first part of the
cemetery already
year,
on
that would be
it that was set up before 1939 and you're
That's
exempt.
okay, you don't have to worry about that. I'm saying,
Yeah.
when you're not.
So if you buy somebody's farm that had 5 graves on it,
There's not a reason.
Yeah, I'm good.
that's an established cemetery. So all you have to do then,
Security is
Right, so
redo
Typically, no.
yep, it can be in place for cemetery. And then all you have to do then is
Tell me in a couple days.
you're exempt from the perpetual care, and you're exempt from all the other things, but you have to have a board of directors, and then have it resurveyed and plotted off,
You say,
and then you're good.
we're gonna open that
But
up,
that saves you all the other
so
hassle.
they're not tracking our kids all the way around all the time. So it'd be boring. It'd be right there at that door. We need somebody that's sure that can make sure that door's locked, because that's where your security problem's at.
The farm I grew up on outside of Vernon had about 10 graves on that, because when I got in trouble, I would hoe it. I was the cleanest cemetery in the county for years. Teenage boy, I was always in trouble, little kid. Ho, no weed eaters back then, ho, 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 ho.
So is there a lack of, is there getting to be a lack of space for?
Oh, no, no.
Here in Jennings, so it's
No.
not that it's,
It's,
it's an opportunity.
it's people's preferences. So many of them, the families are scattered, you know, that they don't, you know, mom and dad and all the kids don't live here anymore. And they don't have that yearning to go back to a cemetery to visit the grave. So they'll do a service and cremate and then just scatter them wherever. And they don't worry about coming back home to visit the grave because they never come back home anyhow.
I'll sell one.
They pull up.
I saw a thing last night in the city of Louisville, they had a cemetery, and they just nailed them. They said they were 12 deep.
Are you serious?
It's the oldest cemetery in Louisville.
Cave Spring.
No, I don't, well, it wasn't Cave Hill, but it might have been Cave Spring. I don't know.
Was it Madison that had it flooded?
Yes.
Oh, Madison
My
floods,
grandparents,
yeah.
yes.
Wasn't that the one that, I mean?
They flood all the time down
But
there.
they had like,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, caskets coming up floating. That's funny because these people who are anti-funeral say, those caskets don't seal. Okay, why do they float for? They do seal.
They
They warrant
seal.
them suckers, man. They give you a warranty. They guarantee it. And those vaults seal, and they don't seal. They all come floating up. So you tell me they don't
If
seal
you run
up?
short, if you run short on them, I'll sell one.
Would you?
Yeah.
Half price? Because you're short.
If I make a little, I'll make a little money, I'll make a little money.
Hello?
Hello, hello. That's making me a strand.
It is.
You are on, you're up.
You're on the, hey, you're on the clock.
Walk in and go up to the plate.
We cleared our schedule just for you guys.
Just for you.
Man,
You cancel everybody else
I'm
out.
not used to this, I'll tell you. This is grade A treat.
I think the easiest way to do this is it would be easier, not in a line. You know what I mean? I want to get like feedback from everybody, so.
Okay. Just sit her down there and we'll all look at it.
Okay, alrighty. So here's.
You're okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so here are, so I talked to Kathy on Tuesday. She kind of helped narrow down some of these parcels. You know, we've got our study intersections are here. So we kind of identified, you know, parcels in this general vicinity, so she, you know, I know these
This
are,
Casey's?
yes.
Okay.
But what we need is, getting a little bit more specific on potential land uses, if you guys know of any, if you agree with what Kathy and I talked about on Tuesday, just as far as like parcels that you think might be developed in the next 10 or so years. So what we do, I know, you know, we have a copy of the Wheatley study or the Wheatley group study that was done a couple years ago, and they identified maybe like a hotel going in part of this parcel right here, so, you know, something like that converts to like one of the trip generation land uses that we have. So basically we have like this manual, it's published, it's pretty standard practice for trips, and you know, there's different uses like a casual restaurant or a coffee with drive-through, something a little bit more.
Do you have to be that specific? I thought you could, I mean, commercial is commercial. I mean, it could, wouldn't
Old
that be?
commercial,
You
different
don't like
commercial
that?
uses.
Uh,
that
So you have to be that
generate-
specific, even
well,
though this
they-
isn't a.
They
is that
generate
what's that?
very different traffic, is the
Fair.
issue.
That's fair.
Uh, And we
And this is kind of
we
just the
can
best
make some
guess.
assumptions. There's no doubt that we can assume high. If that helps our, what we're trying to accomplish here.
So I guess I got a quick question, real quick. So this, where's County TIF in this area that you're working on?
Counted. You know, I.
I don't think there's any,
know
I don't think there's anything in here.
Yeah,
I think the only county TIF area is right in here.
yeah, I think that is.
So is there a reason we're pushing out this way, or is that, what are we doing that for?
Well, I think what we talked about is where do we see the opportunity for major growth as well as traffic. So after speaking with the folks that just purchased this, knowing what they want to put in here is more of a potential industrial print, you know, whatever that is, you're still going to have to look at access on and off right here. That still impacts what happens here and here is we're looking for whatever's happening. So this is more about telling you this is open for business. And what happens here may impact what you do right here, given traffic and flow.
Well, it will, for sure.
So
I mean,
we need to identify it, and we need to put it out there.
I guess-
Again,
I
I guess
guess-
you wanted to see a tip layer over this. Is that what you want?
Yeah, that's what I want to see. I don't, honestly, with all due respect, I really am not looking to what the city's gonna benefit them. Unless,
Well, I think we're all in the same.
I don't agree with that.
Okay.
It's okay, but I don't agree with that.
Okay.
I agree with that could be okay if they're willing to put up some skin in the game, pay for this study. If they want to say, we're going to help pay for part of that study, then I can see that. But right now, I'm just focused on the county TIF because that's who's paying the bill.
And I think what we came here today
They need
to
to know
get
that.
your input on
Yep.
is specific to where do we think are the most likely places to see development in our study area, because that is the data that's going to drive the analysis.
I understand that.
We're not talking about where improvements are going to take place or what they need to be at this point. We just kind of want your check off on, yes, this is where we think growth is most likely to happen in about the next 10-year time frame, 10 to 20 years, so that we can then plug that into the model to do the analysis. And it doesn't, I mean, you know,
I
all of
see
this
more-
area is going to impact what
Oh, I
happens
guarantee
right
it, yeah.
here, right?
Yeah, because up in here, you're going to see growth up in this area. Get across from Isticator Road, all up in this area, you're going to see growth.
Do you think that's going to be residential growth? Do you think that's going
Me
to be
personally-
commercial growth?
I think this up in here is probably going to be, in my opinion, that's probably going to be, it could be either. We don't know, it could be either one. I would think commercial, but
You need to get the state to do a roundabout there. That would really open all that up.
Well, that's why the study happens.
I know, but they've
Unless
already
they
denied
have
that,
data
didn't they?
To take it to them.
They aren't going to do it on their own.
Yeah, I was
That's
pretty
what
much
we need
told
to
they
prove
turned
to
it
them.
down.
With this study and with what you guys, the
Yeah.
work that you're doing now is going to set that
Yeah.
up to
Because
invest.
that'll affect all of this.
Everything.
But
This is
you
gonna
gotta-
affect, this is actually gonna affect the whole county, in my
Yeah, it
opinion.
will.
So these red shaded areas, these are the ones you've
So,
identified.
sorry, I should elaborate on that. Red is currently zoned commercial or mixed use, and the purple is zoned industrial.
Industrial.
Or actually, I think this is technically still
That's
zoned
not-
as ag.
That's ag, that's not industrial.
But we've,
That's the uses
But
that
yes.
we
Okay.
would anticipate happening. Industrial here, commercial here.
So would you typically consider an area outside the study area if it was generating traffic? Or would you kind of disregard that for the time being?
If we think that it would develop within the study period. All right, so we can't go to NDOT and say, hey, we think this is gonna develop 50 years from now, and have them act on that. It's
What
gonna
is your
have to
period,
be in
10
that
year?
10 to,
it's
10 to,
year.
15
Generally
year.
20 or 10 years.
Up
yeah.
to 10 or something.
Yeah.
I think that'll happen in 10 years. I think that some of this other growth is gonna be a 10-year.
I guarantee you this roundabout.
Yeah, I mean,
gonna
it's-
have a couple of years.
Yeah, if that roundabout happens, it's gonna explode all of this, everything, with the easy access.
Yeah, and they're definitely open to that from conversations that I've had with them, but, just from like a funding standpoint, I mean, we can present all this information to
Yeah.
them, but, you know, it takes pretty much a minimum of 5 or 6 years to get to your construction period for anything.
Well, let me ask you
within
this, sometimes there's programs or something that folks don't come in and they say, oh, well, if we get something in play and favorably looked at by NDOT, or accepted by NDOT, if it's in play and someone doesn't take their funds and there's additional funds, I mean, then that still puts us
It
potentially
doesn't really
in like,
have any extra funds right now.
No, they're actually canceling some bigger projects right now.
Things like earmarks can happen too.
we're in a different climate, so we don't know for sure, but it sounds like to me, if where you're ready,
Yes.
What is this?
We just, if you guys have any ideas what would happen here. So I also.
I see that.
I printed off,
Is that coming off Brownstown Road there?
No, it's that additional
no, just the triangle shape. It's
behind Casey's.
Oh, the city's got that. The city's already, that's in the city tip. That's ready to do something with right now.
That's not a city tip.
It is, isn't it? Behind Casey's?
No, that's us.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
you need to put those layers on.
I don't think so.
Layers on those.
Yeah, that would help tremendously for
I was
layers.
pretty sure.
And again,
Yeah,
today
we
we're
can do
focused
all
on
that, but
what we
like-
think it's gonna be.
I know what you're saying. We're all over the board because we're looking at a lot of different stuff. So.
Now you understand why I want everybody here.
Well, no, yeah, absolutely.
But we all know the state's already dropped a bunch of bigger projects this next go around
Yeah.
because they're cutting funding. It's going to be a while before we get to that. The military, in my opinion, is going to steer a lot of what we do here, what happens out there. Because that's what got that to go anyway, the first time.
What the usages could be.
Yeah, if you have any insight as to like what some of that would be. And I know Travis, you and I were talking a little bit about, just trying to base our study off some stuff that's already been done. You know, there's like, they suggested maybe a grocery or healthcare, but like, you know, for healthcare, just as an example, I know there's a Walgreens that's really getting demoed right now. So like, if the, you know, they can say all of these things in the report, but like, you know, what are you guys seeing here? Like, what do people that live here wish there were? You know what I mean?
There's a lot of wishes, just not enough people for what they're wishing for.
Yeah, not enough money to back it up.
She wants
We came
specifics.
here today, and
Yeah,
if you guys had
we can-
specific insight,
Yeah.
great, we'll take it. If you don't, we can make educated assumptions
Yeah.
and move forward. This was more of a touch point to make sure that we weren't going this way when you guys were thinking that way.
Yeah.
I don't know how you.
You know, I was just thinking up in here, show me Brownstown Road. Show me Brownstown Road, where's that coming out of up here? Is that up in here?
It's somewhere where your finger's at.
It's right in here somewhere?
Right there someplace.
This is
It's in
Pizza Hut Road here, right? Or-
200, yeah.
So,
It's gonna be back over here someplace.
So that's
It's
gonna
not on
be,
the table.
that's gonna be a developing area right in there too. Cause when they put that new, that's already been approved and they're getting ready to start, breaking ground. Put that new road through there. From the high school, it's gonna pop out right there. That's gonna be a big area, I think. There's a lot of open field there too. And a lot of access.
On Brownstown Road? Where's
Yeah.
open field that on that?
Here on the very end,
By the tracks?
no, by the, where it comes out, pops out on 50.
Oh, the other end.
The tracks, all that's getting all redone. It's gonna be like,
You
a-
talking about road out of north?
You mean the
no,
roundabout?
no, 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 no.
Brownstown Road's where the
yeah.
Baptist church and all, that's full
Yeah.
all the way down.
No, Brownstown Road's gonna come, that's all getting widened all the way through there.
Okay.
The railroad track's all getting changed, electrical's all gonna get
Okay.
moved there. They bought all of Mill Spall's property there.
Okay.
They're cutting that road through there, it's gonna be like a freeway going all the way to the bypass. And at the very end of that bypass, right there at the, where you get onto the bypass there, is fields on both sides.
Oh,
On all
the
four,
bypass,
on
yeah.
all four sides.
Got it, yeah.
And-
Out the bypass. way.
Yeah, past Ed Christ John.
Yeah,
That's all
yeah.
gonna be a new road through there, every bit of it. And coming out of the high school, that's gonna be a big development through there. But nobody knows what's going in. Whoever comes up with the money to do something, that's what's going
Well, I
in.
think also if you look at this, and if you look at the comp plan, the city, even the county's comp plan's not recent, but if we look at the areas, this has always been identified as a commercial area, and this is your industrial area. Anything,
Yep.
this, I mean, so that's an assumption that obviously you can make because it's been documented.
Yeah.
The SEDS, we have a SEDS that's at CERC that's been updated most recently. I don't know if you have a most recent copy of that from the Southern Indiana Regional Planning Commission. I think that this has been discussed on growth in this area, so you might be able to look at the SEDS. But again, to try and say, oh, it's going to be a coffee shop or a this, we know we need a hotel, hands down. We know we need grocery. Now, there's been discussions on grocery on this side of town. There's been also discussions of a downtown grocery. That's a whole different story, and that's hard to achieve, right? So if you look at the things that we know that we don't have that we want, yeah, everybody wants Chili's. We don't have the population to
Right.
support a Chili's, but we do have opportunities for maybe more restaurant growth in that
Yeah.
area.
You're right.
Okay. See,
And we- and-
And drive-through restaurants are big traffic generators.
Yeah.
And there's a big difference between a drive-through restaurant and a
Let's sit
grocery
down.
store.
And we know that there's been a gas station that probably would still pop up there if, well, I don't know if you call it a gas station these days, but you know, like a, or there would be something like the Casey's that may be attracted to that if there's,
So that's.
You might get a
if it's opened
Wawa.
up. Well, I'm getting a wall on.
But then if that is ours, which I was told this was.
It's like all this right in here would,
Maybe
same thing.
It's like, yeah, all this will be open here and here. Of course, you can't cut in
That
access
don't make sense.
to the bypass, can you?
No.
So that's gonna limit all this.
Well, but I just figured if they put a roundabout or something there, there'd be an access.
You're gonna have the
Access road
students
across,
guess,
yeah.
as we
Maybe
are.
get all that stuff.
Yeah, and that would make perfect sense.
Except what Kathy said about that property on that, up there on the end. But she's right about the heavy industrial, they're across from Decatur Road. If somebody come in there and say, we want to put a factory there, guarantee you, nobody's gonna fight that in the county.
Right.
Because it's right across the heavy industrial.
Yeah.
But if they come in there and say, we want to put a new
Yeah.
housing development in
Who's,
there, nobody's gonna fight that.
Geniuses when they was
So-
going in that signed
Yeah, I
okay that we
understand.
couldn't put any access to that.
Zoning next to.
Dave did it.
Yeah,
I think
but
the
the
main
rest,
thing is they just want to know where.
That was a-
It not being a pretty thing.
my opinion is,
Yeah, that's
We
my
have
access.
we have a project.
I just, I told you where I feel.
I think we know. I think it's just.
But what I'm
more
talking
about
about, this down in here, this down in here where this is popping out by the, from the high school, that's gonna be heavily trafficked. And there's gonna be, I guarantee you, there is gonna be a roundabout put in there on Hayden Pike, there at the high school. That's gonna happen. I guarantee that's gonna happen. And it'll happen before this happens.
You know, another person that you may want to speak to, just because they are, I would call somewhat an expert, the transportation director at Jennings County Schools Travis, is that still?
Tim Poor.
That's Tim Poor.
Maybe just a call or reach out to Tim Poor and just so that you're aligned with buses and schools and
That's a good
their
point.
movement, and they can tell you a little bit about any sort of safety or issues that.
That's gonna, that.
When we talked about all that.
That down here is gonna be a big deal.
And then you can also reach
This,
out.
from here to here is gonna be a major deal.
Who's doing the roadway improvements there? Is the city doing that, the county doing that?
The county, the county,
Right here,
the county.
I can sell that to a business.
And that's already all been approved, that's been funded, it's all ready to, they're gonna- they bought all the states, all the, states involved too. They bought all the property through there.
You may want to reach out to HWC.
Oh, that's,
Talk to,
exactly, Tim.
Tim Hunt, or actually.
He'll know every
somebody
detail.
from their
That's who's
transportation
heading
department.
that up.
They're doing.
Tim is?
Yep. He'll know every detail. But that, everybody's involved in that.
Yeah,
We
right.
had to come up with 3 or 4 million, the state come up with a bunch, everybody's come up
Church and
with.
LPA project,
Yep.
their LPA program. Yep, you guys went through all the rigmarole to get the property.
Yep.
It's fun.
Yep, and they did, we didn't. They
Well,
did.
HWC did.
HWC did, yeah. But that's all done deal, so.
Yep.
But I think from there, like Kathy said, all the way from here to here, I think it's gonna be, that's a big deal, all
What about
that.
county highway, anybody in the county level that has any insight? Because of course the garage is out in that area too. Is there anybody there that maybe they should speak to that would be, and maybe I'm over,
Yeah,
Estimated what you
this is
need,
getting
what
a little
you
bit
want.
outside our study.
No, you don't, there's no way there you have to worry about. But the school, you might wanna talk to him.
And our,
Because,
like our
yeah.
traffic counts have all the buses and all that stuff. We always make sure that we have a school day, so we're counting,
But one thing I want to bring up, as soon as I got here, I got to go to Andy real quick, is the study, and I want to see how everybody feels about this, but the study. I think when the study's complete, that study needs to come to our board president. Everybody, nobody else, to him. And then we'll make a decision who gets that copy of that study.
That's yours.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Yeah.
can do with it as you wish. Sure.
Okay.
When are you anticipating being finished? February?
yeah.
Sometime February?
And I still anticipate probably some coordination with NDOT after that.
So did you get any help at all today? From our input, or just, are you more confused?
Well, no, sometimes it's good to know what you don't know, right? And that lets us move forward. Like I said, it's more about making sure that if you guys had specific ideas about things, that we were incorporating those. If you didn't, that's okay.
I know,
You know,
I
we can
can,
make the assumption. and
this
move
is
forward.
very much like.
Wouldn't it be nice to have an overlay of our county TIF? Because as this TIF board, I think it's our job to grow our TIF if we can. So that's the areas we're paying for to grow. We want to see if we can grow our TIF area.
Yeah, and when we put figures together for the report,
Right.
we get the
Yeah, this is mainly just
This is
like
just for
starting
discussion
point.
today.
I know, but I just want, yeah,
No,
I
it's good.
appreciate it.
Absolutely.
So it sounds like there may, something like a convenience store, gas station, not an awful assumption. I know Kathy mentioned a grocery store, like here in downtown or whatever, but if there is a need for another grocery store, like that's, these are good assumptions that we can make.
that helps drive NDOT, doesn't it, if they know there's two.
Not necessarily, but like that parcel, that's like on the north or / west corner there of 7 and 50, it's pretty big, so like,
Mhm.
I'm trying to think of ways basically to like kind of fill this space, because a quick serve restaurant, while it generates a lot of trips, is only gonna take up like an acre or two, so.
So a larger footprint on some of these.
Are there uses that?
We're looking for a Hardy location.
Hardee's?
Congratulations. Lieutenant Governor just announced Jennings County was awarded $500,000 in our hybrid cap money today.
All right.
Awesome.
You got it.
Yeah.
So Kathy, based on that program that kind of tracks people with phones and things, can we support a big restaurant here? I mean, do you know the answer to that?
Oh, yeah, if you look at the data that's been coming through around the city market, now they've got those wall lines in, it's crazy. It's crazy the number that are coming through. I think
What's
you
it?
can grab it, but
I tried to copy it, I just missed a little
The
bit.
number is.
It's down here?
I
Oh,
don't
okay.
I don't believe the number. Visually as well as.
Turn that around.
Just for like a restaurant of some sort and stuff.
And we're hearing it from some of the
It's
folks
just a copy.
surveyed and.
That's what I got.
That's a lack.
That's what, it's just a copy of this, and what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See what they want to do here, look.
That's a tip.
I'll see what they want to do here.
Like to say,
I just missed that little bit of it, but I don't have paper big enough to do
That's
this,
fine.
So I think in the
So what
future,
they're
if you
going
have
to do
questions,
here
you can
is what the
probably
state's going to do. but you got-
just run it through.
Yeah.
We can, I just wanted you to come and present to everybody and get ideas, that way you kind of know
They want a dog
what we're
leg.
thinking.
Yeah.
That's what they want to do, but you're talking freaking 10 years down the road. And what
So
you're
what,
thinking,
you want a roundabout and run another lane?
it's called a dog leg and come around.
So when
They
you guys
go
get
left,
this
right.
completed-
What you're thinking, you're coming this way. That's
How
smart.
relevant is it?
It'll come like this right
I
now.
mean, does
Yeah,
it get
that's
out of
smart.
date
Yeah.
I gotta see your
4 or
diagram.
5 years down the road?
It kind of just depends on what goes in, 'cause we have to make a lot of assumptions when we don't know.
And
You
so
know,
we-
Doing a traffic impact study where we're kind of taking a guess as to what might go in is a lot different than being like, we have a developer and like, here is the plat with, 200 homes and like, it's a little bit more.
And remember, we have an intended use. This isn't just a study that's going to sit on your shelf or a study that somebody's going to use. This intended study is going to go directly to NDOT.
Oh, okay.
This goes to them to say, we have this issue. This is to directly to them.
It's all bottlenecked because of them.
It's to solve
Yeah.
a problem that, I'm not saying they created, but it's something that we
They
didn't
did.
plan on.
Well, we
Well,
sort of
didn't
created
plan on
that
it
too.
now.
We created
So
that,
this
yeah.
was a solution. We need to help craft a message to NDOT to say, we need access off the bypass. This is what we, with our assumptions, with the traffic count, with the city, this is what the community is saying could happen. How do you help us get to this point?
Yeah.
So this isn't, you're just not paying for a study to study. You are developing a document to go directly to NDOT. And then chips fall where they may.
Yeah, you got it. You're definitely going, you got to add it. I mean, that's just, you have to.
So to Kathy and Ashley's point, if, about how long it's gonna be good for, I mean, if nothing happens here in 8 years, it may be still relevant information. But
Yeah.
if this place, like the site Kathy's talking about, hugely develops and nothing happens here, then we may have to update the plan. Is that safe to?
Yes and no. I think it's pretty much good until some of the assumptions kind of start going crazy. Like if we had
I gotta
seen
get
a
out of here.
grocery store, but like
I gotta go. Sorry.
five quick serve restaurants going instead, like that's gonna be really different. We might
Okay.
have to have somebody come look at it again. But if it's just a matter of like taking longer,
Right.
then it's kind of still good until
Okay.
your traffic counts start getting
3 or
out of
4
whack.
years ago, some Loves wanted this. And
Well, I
they
guess
was
if
they was gonna bring 2 or 3,
Put
a
the
road,
access
bring
road
2 or
in
3
there.
businesses
Don't
with
study
them,
anymore,
but
right?
that killed them.
Well, and
Because if
there
you
is
that
like,
close
there's
to
some
this, we didn't have.
when I
Yeah, they
met
couldn't
with
turn
them,
north.
maybe
They
like
could only turn
October
south.
or
It's
something.
crazy to hamper all
We
that
we
development
talked a
there.
lot
I mean,
about
All down through here.
yeah,
It's all,
I mean, all it's.
yeah, it's all busted because of that.
this access point, and this
Well, this
access
guy's
point, because that's
got
currently the
everybody
only
else.
spot where like all have access to.
That's why anything that does to do with that, I have to
It's not
abstain, I
limited
can't
to
get
access
involved.
right away, but it's still
I didn't
what
realize
they
that.
classify as their like
Pretty good stuff.
Well, it's gone.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not there anymore.
Oh, I didn't remember that anymore.
No, it was one back here, and when they did all that, it had been drained, and it's just kind of a little bit of a ravine back
So
up
we
there.
need to have right in, right out, and if we do have right in, right out, like where can we provide another road or something to
Gotcha.
to outlet the rest of this traffic. But that is part of why they are more willing to do a roundabout there also, like maybe longer term, is because
Where, there?
at 50 and 7,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Because you can, if you do have a roundabout there, you can accomplish a lot more if you have like right in, right out situations. So like if somebody Even same with all these parcels over here, if you had a median, a center median where, people couldn't turn left, you can turn right and you can do U-turns through the roundabout, and you can
Come back
turn
around.
left effectively,
Yeah.
so,
Okay.
Yeah, that's what's killing that right there, right now. Because
yeah.
you can't, anything commercial, you can't come out there and turn north. You gotta go south.
Yeah,
Okay.
so they're aware of some things like that, and I think, I don't know. I'm a little surprised they didn't build it like that.
I was too,
considering-
to begin with. I was shocked.
What's that?
I was surprised too, they didn't do it originally. That's
Yeah.
kind of crazy.
Yeah, and like the turn lanes are.
What is the
Very
traffic
long.
count there per day? Did we get a figure on that?
Yeah, so the seven's got about 10 to 12,000, and 50's got about 7,000.
So pushing 20,000, 22 cars, right? The 2 lanes, I mean, both directions?
Yeah.
10 to 12 and 7?
Well, so those are like total two-way counts, so
Okay.
you're averaging about like 20,000
Yeah,
entering
so
vehicles.
it's about 20.
Yeah.
So do you guys, you need anything else specifically from us today? You think?
I don't think so. I'll shoot you something once we like kind of nail this down
Good.
a little bit more. Just, this is kind of like a critical part, because once we kind of like do the calculations to see how many trips would be added if this were developed, like that drives the rest of the study. So we don't want to get too far and then try to feel like, well, I don't think that's going to happen, or then we got to go back and redo everything.
Well, I think everybody's sort of on the same page about where they think the development's going, right? I mean,
Yeah.
between
Yeah, that's what
industrial and commercial, I mean, that's the main thing, I would assume.
it's the only place it can go.
Yeah, you're right. Can't go anywhere else.
Got nowhere else to go. Gotta go that way.
It can't go my way, and that's residential,
Yeah,
obviously.
out past the high school, that's not gonna go that
So
direction.
it's-
It's gotta go that way.
Yeah.
Only place it can go.
Well, thanks, guys, for
Yeah,
coming
thank
down.
you.
And if you need anything else, just email me or call me.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
Thanks.
We think somebody in DOT would recognize that's the only way we can go, and that's killing us.
I don't understand why they don't put roundabouts in those places
I
anyway.
don't either.
To start with.
Yeah,
I mean,
The turn lanes are so long there, I know it's just a little truck traffic, but
they're awful.
makes
we were
sense.
thinking that a lot, but I was surprised that they chose to put like fast foot turn lanes in instead of
I think
single lane.
thinking has changed at NDOT in the last 10 years, and
Yeah.
I know that the actual improvements there at 50 intersection have been there for about 10 years maybe, but the planning for it happened 20, 25 years ago, and thinking was very different.
Different, yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't see roundabouts back then.
The first iteration of the bypass did not have a roundabout. It took 2 or 3 people, and I think the last one was a young person, lost their lives, is when they decided, oh, we need to build this, we need a
Yeah,
roundabout.
out by the, past the
So
high
if you think
school.
about that, if you
Yep.
look at that roundabout
Yeah,
on
there's 3
50,
fatalities out there, I picked all
That
three
was
of
Is there one
them.
on each side?
yes.
You guys need to
The one
get
from
it.
Seymour, that was not a roundabout when they initially built it. It was a
Stop light.
Stop sign.
Yeah.
Stop sign.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was no light there to start with,
And-
right?
Originally, right, yeah. You just had the
Was it
stop light.
3 or 2? The last one was a young person.
I picked up 3 people
Passed.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There. That's when it changed. It took,
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you guys.
Well, thanks, appreciate
Good,
it.
thank you. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll say it.
Motion to adjourn, second, all those in favor? Adjourned.
Thank you all for coming down.
Thanks again.
Easy trip. Awesome, yeah, this is a little trip for us.
Oh, you're welcome.
Hey, thanks for making copies.
No problem. No problem.
it's what I do.
Cheryl was so right diligently, so I figured she
I know. I meant.
Hey, what can I say? See y'all, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, see you, Kathy.
Kathy.
Yeah.
Guys have a good day.
Yeah.